My name is Olusegun Oni. I was governor of Ekiti State from 2007 to 2010. SDP is a very good brand. It's a brand that had won elections in its first coming. It's a brand symbolized by the horse or the stallion that also gives a very good imprint. It is not a cheap brand, and I believe that as a party they are ready to take Nigeria to the next level. Nigeria needs now an alternative to all this mess. Nigeria needs to look beyond the PDP and the APC. Giving Nigeria no alternative is itself a form of injustice that we are doing to ourselves. So, the time has come for Nigeria to now make a clean break from the rigors of no alternative between the PDP and the APC. Nigeria now has the SDP. This will offer Nigeria the opportunity to make a real choice. So it is not a disgruntled choice, but a real choice. And that is what the SDP represents. The chances of winning are so bright, I cannot imagine it. All the polls we have seen have given us more than 50% of the votes. On the street has given us also more than 50% of the votes, where the rest of the parties will join hands to take about 40% or thereabout. So the people are driving this revolution, not Segun Oni, they are driving this revolution. And everybody knows that the chance of all the other parties combined is not as bright as the SDP. People are SDP in Ekiti now, everywhere. And I believe no chance can be brighter than this. We thank God. This is God's project. God is driving it himself. And that's why it's so easy for us. Well, for a presidential candidate, it's the same thing as for a governor. I would say two things that must be there. Transparency. We must have a president that is transparently honest, that we can trust, and will not meddle or will not fiddle. Then productivity. The president must be capable of productivity at the highest levels. This will be a product of competence, personal competence, which will be from his background and his experience and his capacity for hard work and for smart work. We must have a president who will be able to interpret the environment, and uh, place the country in a perspective that it will be able to achieve the optimal. So, transparency, productivity. And those two will now go across the board, and it will enable us to have efficiently run government. If the governors are that and the president is that, we will definitely have a world-class nation. It is the performance they saw before. They saw and they could compare me with the others. The other people, except Governor Oni Adebayo, the other people had come twice each. And they could still see that of everybody that has been in this terrain, that the performance they saw in my tenure of 3.5 years or thereabout still outclasses them. So the people are full of nostalgia, and that is what is driving them. And that is one of the things that makes me also commit myself more, that I will do what they want to see so that this terrain will change. That is it. I will show them ultimately my appreciation by doing well, running a government that is going to deliver, and deliver not petty results, deliver world-class results that will turn around this environment fast and create sustainable development. We are packaging development this time around through the window of women, youth, and others. Women, because they are unseen, untapped gold mine. Youth, because they have the energy of the future, and we are packaging through them. And of course, many of the things that are happening now worldwide are skewed on the side of the youth. Somebody was complaining, I understand, that the youth are lazy. No. Naturally, the youth work smarter. They won't work as hard as we do, because they don't have to work as hard as we do. We didn't work as hard as our parents did, but they work smarter. And if we are able to tap into the smart work environment that the youth are growing in, we will be able to put ourselves right in a competitive world. And I believe that we can actually achieve a lot by packaging the next stage of our development through the prism of youth, women, people with special tendencies and abilities, people with disabilities and so on. We can also get productivity up using all those avenues. That's what we are talking about. The economy, where there is productivity, the economy will improve. There must be productivity, and we know how the productivity will come. Where there is transparency, waste will be contained. So between productivity and transparency, where you contain waste, you block leakages and block loopholes, and you produce more by applying the talents and knowledge that should be applied right, you will definitely see a turnaround of the economy. What we did was not magic. We did not procure any magic. But people are still saying it, that it was the era of Segun Oni that they consider the golden era. And as far as I'm concerned, we were not even working at our topmost because we were distracted all throughout. We were in court. So if we were able to sit and put everything together and see it move for 4 years, it would have been a different ball game. And of course, it would have been an opportunity to ask for a further 4 years and get it. So we have the capacity to turn around the situation here, and by God's grace we will do it. I cannot say it's getting better. When you see the eyes of the people, you can read. It's an economic book. The economic book is written on the faces of people. The hardship tells you the economy is not well. When you see the faces of anguish and hardship, if any economist tells you that these parameters and these parameters are looking up, just ignore them. Know that they don't know what they're talking about. So the economy is not well. It's not only in Ekiti State, but you have asked the question about my own people. They are not doing well. First, we will take the health sector, like you have said, and we will do some quick things. We will put the drug management system right so that drugs will be available, cheap, and of the highest quality, and efficiently handled logistically. We would return the eye center to what it was. That was the best eye hospital in Africa, and there was no reason why it would just be left. So if you ask for 2 things in the health sector, I will do that. If we go to the educational sector, I will bring back the digital platform to senior secondary schools and ensure that these children can become friends with their computers. When you hear about the fintech apps and so on, you wonder if there would have been 1 or 2 Ekiti people also selling apps at those levels, because they would have been friends with their computers for at least a decade by now. And so I want to bring such experience back very quickly. I also want to ensure that the reason why we brought eggs and chocolate tea to schools as midday meal twice a week, and we would have added a 3rd one, which would have been from Ikunderi, producing yogurts for them on Mondays, was because we believe these are ingredients for the development of the brain and, of course, the physique. We will bring it back. We will bring it back. So if you continue, you said 3, I think I must have said more than 3 now. There are so many things that will quickly bring back to put Ekiti right and encourage our terrain to prosper. Look, I listened to one of the local government chairmen that served under this government say that from an allocation of over 100 million every month, that she was receiving only 7 million. And the rest will go to the state government. You see, when you starve the local government system, you are starving a lot of people. One of the reasons why people were saying Segun Oni, it is Segun Oni, it is Segun Oni, was because poverty was being tackled from different perspectives at different levels. When you give the local governments autonomy to handle their funds and decide the destiny of their local governments, you are giving people wealth. You are giving them productivity. You are giving them prosperity. So, that, as far as I'm concerned, is not debatable. Local governments must get their autonomy back, and quickly. From day one, they will get it back, and all we need to do is put the right processes in place, the right controls, so that nobody misuses the opportunities. And if anybody tries to misuse, we'll get such a person to face the wrath of the law. But local governments must get their autonomy back. I want to assure the people that good times are coming. And I can say it with confidence because I've been governor before, and I know it is not like walking into a terrain that we don't know. We can get rapid development. No matter what it is, I know people have been coming to me to say the debt levels is unbearable. That I said, debt, we will handle it. We will handle everything. When we get there, we will use our God-given talents to solve the problems that may arise. We must turn around the situation very quickly. We will turn around the situation. No excuses. I don't give excuses. I don't make excuses. We will get Ekiti up very, very quickly, and we are confident. That is a job we know how to do, and that is a discipline that God has taken us through. So let our people they shouldn't be discouraged. They shouldn't lose hope. My people, let us be hopeful. My people, let us be filled with enthusiasm that we are going into a future that will be well with us and be well for us.